Greetings, this is Sean, and today I'm going to be putting a finish. I'm using this burnt umber oil paint as a stain to finish the miniature bar that I created yesterday. So basically this is just going to be just sit back and watch, enjoy the music provided by Emily at Roll for, or I forget what her address is. Anyway, Roll for Fantasy. That's it. Rollforfantasy.com. You'll see a link up there on the top right corner. Anyway, I had to take it all apart after putting it all together yesterday to be able to get everything stained. So I didn't record putting it all back together, but as you saw from the pictures at the beginning there, that I got it all back together, and I ended up using a BB for the end of the brass pole that's around the bottom for the footrest. So I think it turned out pretty good. After putting the paint on, I left it sit for about 15-20 minutes, maybe as much as a half an hour, and then I wiped it all off with the paper towels, which you'll see at the very end. So anyway, you probably won't hear me until the very end, so sit back, relax, enjoy, let me know what you think in the comments below. By the way, that entire time it took me to paint was just under an hour to paint all of that. Here I'm just wiping it off, and really brings out the wood grain. I really like the way that worked. I will probably use this method of painting from now on for natural wood looking. Instead, I used to use water-based stain, but I found that the water-based stains and acrylics tend to warp this wood. So where this oil base does not seem to warp it at all. So I'm very happy with that aspect. So this is probably how I will start painting from now on instead of using acrylics. One drawback to doing it this way is that it takes a long time for it to dry. So we're talking days, if not weeks, for it to completely dry. But the good thing is it saturates into the wood and actually helps to protect the wood. So you don't really need to use a sealer. And this also allows me to, if I work on this late at night, which I sometimes do, I can let it sit overnight and I can go back and continue in the morning and it's still wet and I can still, work with it as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I expect to see this a lot more. And here I'm just taking a look and making sure I didn't miss anything. Another thing that I like about using the oil is it kind of cakes in the corners and makes it look like it's got that old, caked on look where, the buildup and grime and stuff like that in the corners, it actually looks pretty good the way it was. I had a little spot of super glue there from something that was just catching off. But anyway, like I say, it does not warp the wood and it doesn't expand the wood, so the drawers fit in nice and neat. I didn't have to resand them or anything else like that. And I didn't get any footage of me putting it all back together, but it was just gluing it back. And I did break off that one piece that you can see there in the bottom left corner, but I got that glued back on, no problem. The glue sets up really well on the oil stain, which I'm surprised. I just used Aleene's tacky glue like I always do. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this and look forward to this in the future. Anyway, have a better day, as I always say.